Good morning. It's Norma Cowie here, and it's Sunday morning. It's 9 o'clock, and I'm here with a Sunday thought. I must apologize to the viewers who went to look for my Wednesday Norma Talks. My computer was in the computer shop, and unfortunately, that's what I work on. So, no Norma Talks last week, but that's okay. I'm going to do an extra long one this coming Wednesday. I'm going to look at uh, numbers 1 and number 2s, which include also the higher arcana cards. So I wasn't too happy with just doing this lower arcana ones the other day. Sometimes you're happy with what you do, and sometimes you're not too happy. So I'm still I'm chopping. Sorry about that. The weather here has been rain, but I live where there hasn't been as much rain, but the what would you call it? Not so much the temperature, the pressure of the air is way down, which means that doesn't really work well with my body. But anyway, so what I looked at today in my God box insight cards, it says, you do not need God's blessing because that you have forever, but you do need yours. And that's true. So when we're feeling a little down, or when we're feeling like we're not the best or whatever, we've got to just really be aware that we have the divine's blessings. We have the essence being responded to us. The backside of this card, they always have two. Oh, by the way, that was from A Course of Miracles. And I really like this one because it really fits in a lot with what I do. I am never alone. I am one with God and with my universe. And it's got a cute little, which I hope you can see there, the moon and the sun. Covering night and day, you are blessed. You are ready to go. Now, the other I had a talk all in my head half an hour ago, and now I'm going, what am I going to talk about today? When life gives us, oh, by the way, I should mention, we just had our province had a voting yesterday. So a lot of things, and it was a very close vote between two parties, with one other party that may make a difference, etc. So there's lots of fun about that. But I was just thinking, when life gives you, the old saying, when life gives you lemonade instead gives you lemons instead of lemonades. Boy, I really am out of it here. And when something isn't going quite the way you want it, how do you keep yourself cheerful, and how do you keep yourself optimistic? When you have a plan of what you're wanting to do or how you want things to go, and then all of a sudden something changes. The weather changes. You're planning a picnic. The weather changes. You feel the weather of this pressure comes in, and also your body doesn't feel well, or etc., which is my case. And then it's like other things that crop up. Somebody says something to you that upsets you, but you don't know how to respond or what to do. There is many things that happen out there that really take away from that feeling of being complete, being aware, knowing what you're doing, your goals, your planning, everything is in the direction of where you want to go. And then something occurs. Somebody says something happens. And that's what I think this card of God's blessing says, because that you have forever, but you need yours. Life doesn't say that it's always going to give us lemonade. Life does not say that everything is going to work to your advantage. Very often, and I have to say I'm one of those, very often I had loads of things work to my advantage. Doors opened that I didn't expect, placed in certain places where things even opened up more, given opportunities to do things. And I was extremely fortunate in my life. I was able to do what I wanted, how I wanted, and travel pretty well where I wanted to travel. Then, guess what? I got older. And there are some health things that come up when you get older. I grew up with older parents. So in a way, at the back of my mind, I was kind of aware of it, but I didn't think it would really happen to me, because I have a spirit that always wants to keep on doing and moving. And that's what keeps me alive. And that's what keeps me going. And that keeps me away from depression or feeling lost, even though sometimes my body hurts or I'm not really sure which way I'm going to go. These YouTube shows of mine is kind of like a torch for me. It's like, oh, what morning is it? Right. I have to get up. I have to get going because I'm going to do this. And sometimes I think about things in between. Sometimes I don't. I still have clients, not a lot, but enough that keeps me in the groove, you might say. So it's time, I think, when one looks at life, what are your expectations? Are you expecting life to give you everything? Now, I'm going to be a little bit deviant that if you have a mindset that things are going to work, you're more than likely to have things work than if you have a mindset that says life is not going to do that, or I'm not going to get it. That's beyond me, or I can't do what I want to do. I have proven over and over again I can do what I want to do if I went for it, if I went after it, if I believed in me to be able to create it. There were a couple of times where I didn't go after things, my insecurities. But mostly I did. I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. And there's always a sense if I could do it and felt comfortable with it, I did. Now, so although this really doesn't have a sort of what you call a heading, it is about you needing to be aware of what you need to create or want to, I shouldn't say need, what you want to create for yourself. What is it you really are wanting? Very often we think we want something, but the reality is we're hoping it'll land in our hands or lands at our feet. We're not really prepared to change our thinking about it or maybe take the steps to say, hey, I'm here and I'm ready to go do what I want to do. Sunday morning, as I call it, a Sunday thought, is for that. Is for just a thought to think about your life. Mental mind treatments on Monday is more about healing and some philosophy, etc. in there. Wednesday is usually much more about how we can think, how we can do, how we can be emotional or not emotional, and a much longer talk. But it's like becoming aware of what it is we want. And if we give into I hurt, I'm sad, I'm tired, there's only raining out there, or it's too cold out there, or whatever, and you block and stop yourself from going where you want to go and what you want to do, then that's on you. It's nothing to do with God. It's nothing to do with the energies of whatever you call them. And as those of you that follow me know, I call it the love source because that's what I have felt when I was exploring God's love. Found it was a love source. And whatever name you put to it doesn't really matter because it gives you everything that you want if it is possible and you're open to change sometimes. Sometimes we get really upset. Well, I've asked and when I haven't got that. Well, did you open the door? Did you take a step? Did you do the one thing you need to do to get to where you want to go? Just remember the backside of this card. I am never alone. Never. I am one with God and with my universe, and we create our universe. And that's why the tarot has been beside me since I was 20 years old, because that's, well, actually 20, maybe 21, sorry. 1 year further, 21, is because it told me where I was. But it didn't only just tell me where I was. It told me how I could change it. And then I had a choice. Do I choose to change it or not? So I want you to think about that today, if you're wherever you are, if the weather's beginning to go from summer into autumn, fall, just recognize, okay, what do I need to do? Is there anything I want that I'm not getting in my life? because it's all there. If you know how to work with your thinking, you know how to work with your feelings and to bring it forward and be blessed, because that's what it is, God's blessing, because that you have forever, but we need ours. We need to know that we can do that. Just want to say thank you too for the comments. I answered some just before my computer went away, and there's been a few more that have come in there, and so I will get to you. And good morning, Karen. Good to see you here. And remember, thumbs up really help me. They really do. And your comments are always welcome. So you have a good week. I will be back Wednesday with tarot symbols, numbers 1 and number 2, and we'll get to know what the story is there. You have a great day, no matter what that weather's like, and enjoy. Blessings.